comments coming out the yin-yang. My goodness. My goodness, I'm a popular guy on the internet. So the very first comment came from Jeffrey Pearson, and Jeffrey Pearson says, I'd love to share your misery over a cold 1 or 10 and discuss the cosmic alienation we're feeling. Thank you, Jeffrey. I'd like to do that too. And I see it gets 5 thumbs up. Well, Jeffrey, you get a thumbs up for me, so we'll make that 6. Freighter Chaos, the second commenter, who has 7 thumbs up to I don't have a preference over the drunk or the sober Vegematic. No, he says he likes both Vegematics. Well, thank you. Freighter, you are so cool. I just wish that you would publish some more of your videos on your channel, because it's been a long time. Orange Julius, oh, my friend OJ, good old OJ, oh Julius. At least us Vegematic tribe curl up and die together. I am old too. Yes, I think most of my audience is probably almost as old or older than me. And God bless us, because we've actually learned how shitty the world really is. So let's just commiserate together over that and enjoy a cold beer and a good organic puff of smoke once in a while. And hey, at least John McCain bit the bullet. Oh, come on, don't talk bad about John McCain. He's a war hero. Even if he got captured, he was a war hero, right? But I think he created a few wars, or certainly helped to promote them. So yeah, okay. At least John McCain bit the bullet. Environmental Coffee House. Oh, Sandy. Hysterical, take a poll. That's funny. You make a difference to me. Well, Sandy, you make a difference to me too. And you know, you're not too shabby to look at either when I'm watching your videos. Excellent videos over at Environmental Coffee House. If you haven't, for some strange reason, subscribed to Environmental Coffee House, I think you should do it. I really do. I think that would be good for your state of mind. Sea Wanderer says, you remind me of Camus' idea of the absurdity of life. And then he left a link, and surprisingly, usually when you leave links, they go right into the spam folder. I don't know why YouTube does that. You notice YouTube doesn't want us to talk to each other anymore. No private messages or anything. It's like no communication between creators. No, you can't have communication, because then we might lose control. I love Vegematic, drunk or sober. I love you too, Sea Wanderer, and I hope you're still wandering across the seas and staying a happy man. I think one of the best things to do is 3 sober ones and 1 drunk one pattern. This is John the Frog, aka Digita Organo. John the Frog, Digita Organo. 1 tripping on acid in the future is optional. Well, I tell you, I'm getting a little too old for that shit. There's no point in growing up now. Well, you might have a point there. Mail me some. Just kidding, John the Frog, aka Digita Organo. For anybody else that's listening, I don't do drugs. I live them. Drunk or sober? I'll take either one. Your philosophy is not lost on me. This is from Deanne Pembroke, a lady that I love very much, and she has been commenting on every video for the last 900 videos at least. And I think it's all kindness and all its variations as a moral compass of sorts. My short little life is better for having you in it. Man, that is meaningful to me. That's really, wow, what am I going to say to that? Beautiful comments like that from people that I wish I knew personally. I wish I could, I don't know, it's just overwhelming sometimes, the amount of goodwill that is still available in Trump world. So I think, you know, in spite of all the horrible things that are going down, there's some things that bring us together and make us feel positive. So that's it. Megan 921, hi there. I don't not sure if you've commented before, but thanks, Vegematic. Always looking forward to your offerings, so please keep going. See, I'm keeping going. I'm going. Compared to at my age, you're still a youngster. You see, all the old people love me. Young people, they couldn't give a shit, right? They're just going, he's old. Yeah, well, I got nothing for you either, young people. Just kidding. I love young people. Millennials get a bad rap. Anyway, back to Megan 921's comment. Compared to my age, you're still a youngster. For I can far, far back in time and realize there is very little in this trashed, tortured, and corrupt humankind, mostly mankind-made world, that I can recognize from the time that I was a child. And that sounds like it was a longer ago than when I was a child, so that's an interesting perspective. And I appreciate wisdom from people that have lived through things, have seen events, who understand what's going on. And it's really great, the idealism of youth and the enthusiasm and everything. If only we could mix that with the wisdom of people who have lived through political revolutions and bloodshed and war and poverty and all the rest of it, and connect on a human level. And that's just, you know, one of the ways to divide people, right? Young and old. Before my very eyes, I have seen tropical paradises turned into apocalyptic nightmares. Yes, haven't we all? Happy tribal groups forced to abandon self-sufficiency and sell their souls and heritage to become modern consumers, which they can never be, living as they do in squalor and poverty, having been exploited and robbed of their resources, which to them was once their living environment. Man, this is an amazing comment, Megan. Wow, wow, and you go on after saying that, and the world of the West has become nothing but a big, trashy shopping mall. Yes, it is. It's glitzy. It's got lots of new LED lights installed and valet parking. But it's not even a shopping mall anymore. The malls are gone. True. The malls are abandoned, being abandoned in our little oppressive boxes. Things are going to have to be delivered. We're not going to be allowed to go and shop anymore. I don't think. I think you have to order online. Yeah, I could go on forever, but shall leave before my musing makes me even more suicidal, and I am drinking but 1 cup of coffee. Suicidal is not necessarily, you know, an evil way to be, but it's a waste, and it's a waste of somebody who's as eloquent as you and who has so much to offer the world as you do, Megan 921. I see you as a commentator and philosopher, one who sees through the shit and can't tell it like it is. Well, yeah, it's a failing of mine. I've seen through the shit for many years, my dear friend. So few of us are prepared or able to realize that to survive in this modern world, one has to become quite mad. For sanity, if that is what it applies to the rest, is not an option. No, at this point, sanity makes no more sense than insanity. The lines have crossed between sane and insane. Well, the way the world is being run is completely insane. So how can we be considered insane by just maybe being silly, right? Anyway, that is a wonderful comment, Megan 921, and bless you, sister. Mark J. Oh, Mark, you're back. But Bug, I'm 36 and I'm scared of getting older. I guess it's the same for everybody. I'm enjoying all the negative news Trump is getting right now. I like you, drunk or sober. Bug, I like you too, drunk or sober. I like informed people. And you're scared. You're scared of getting older? Look, man, you're 36, okay? That's like a lot younger than I am. I'm 61. I'm scared of dying. I mean, we're all scared of dying, right? But you're 36, dude. You know, come on. You got a lot. You're in the prime of your life. You know, you've got everything going for you, man. You got a world that's burning up. You got, oh, wait a minute. You got all the trash that my generation left you. You've inherited a corporatocracy that my generation left you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for my generation. They were assholes. All of them. They were assholes. It wasn't me. And Bug reply is replied to by Mark J. Now, Mark J is, as far as I know, a fruit farmer down in New Mexico. And he's doing something positive with his life. He's growing things. Oh, in New Mexico, it must be tough, because here it's like a swamp. This is the deep south of Canada, London, Ontario. You can get a bit further south, but then you're closer to Detroit, and it stinks, and it still stinks here. It's in the humidity. It's 100% humidity here. It's like you can cut the air with a knife when you go outside. You can choke on it. It's just, it tastes bad. It exhausts you. You walk to the curb and you go, So Mark J., our friendly fruit farmer from down in the southwest, replies to Bug saying, "I'm long past 36 and glad of it." Well, 36, I could be 36 again. I wouldn't mind that. I kind of I had a good time at 36. I didn't begin to stumble upon wisdom until I was 50. Well, I stumbled upon stupidity a lot younger than that. But I get 50, for me it was younger, but that was because I didn't fit in. I was convinced that I would make a career as an artist. Oh, the naivety of youth. Anyway, Mark goes on. Prior to then, I wasn't mature enough to recognize wisdom even when it was offered to me in books and by older people. The older I get, the more miraculous consciousness appears to be, and consciousness is a miracle. And the more that I'm aware of the human potential, which can manifest anything that we can imagine. Now he's starting to sound like Tony Robbins, Mark, I'm sorry. And I know that only two truly happy people, both of whom are over 90 years old. Yes, so there you go, happy at 90. Look at Jimmy Carter, man. He's living in a normal sort of suburban house, and he's he's looking at Trump and going, holy shit, man, how did things ever get this bad? Well, we know how that did. It was a little at a time, wasn't it? Well, nobody was looking. Anyway, to young people, I recommend Eckhart Tolle's The Power of Now and a New Earth, as well as all of Paul Brunton's books and all of the Mooge's YouTube commentaries. There's nothing to fear about growing older. That's true. We do not die, death does not exist, and the journey forward is as interesting and pleasurable as we choose to make it. The body ages, the spirit does not, unless it is withered by bitterness and selfishness. So there, on the Vegematic channel comment section, we have the wisdom of the ages. So I am very grateful for the wisdom of the ages appearing on the Vegematic channel, which is still, buried. Wizard John, as always, another great Vegematic post. As always, with Wizard John, thank you for watching, and I appreciate every single one of you people, especially all these comments. Man, I'm getting a lot of comments. This is cool. because and this is maybe a different way of addressing them, because I have been the sort of, and I'm a shitty typist, I'll confess I'm a shitty typist, so when I type things out it takes me forever, and I want to do all the comments and I want to reply to everybody, and as it gets bigger it's going to get harder, so I figured that I'll do videos where I read people's comments, because they're way more interesting than anything I could possibly have to say. Alistair Mraz, dear Mr. Vegematic, also known as the last surviving Canadian hippie. Well, I think there are more surviving Canadian hippies hiding up in the north than you could possibly imagine, and they're a lot older than me, and their hair is even longer than mine. And why should I let my freak flag not fly? It may be a frayed freak flag, but I will continue to let it fly as the last Canadian hippie. That sounds like, wouldn't that be a good television show? The last surviving Canadian hippie. Yeah, we're on location here in Peterborough, Ontario, looking for the legendary last Canadian hippie. There was a legendary sighting of one of these 100-year-old people running around naked, dressed in only hemp leaves. The last surviving Canadian hippie. That is, that's great. Once upon the end times, someone told me about you during a live chat, perhaps during a Jamal Thomas stream. You told me, not me directly, but me as a random viewer of your videos, about Hambone Littletail over at the Humpty Dumpty tribe. Yes, Hambone. Hambone is now the rock star of the internet, rising, and he's up to making lots of money. I think it's up to $500 a month now, so you know he's gonna get rich. He's gonna get rich on YouTube. Anyway, Hambone Littletail over at Humpty Dumpty tribe. He brought me down into the Doomosphere like a new force of gravity. He does that. But you were like Cerberus, some three-headed beast preventing me from leaving, knowing that you could not make the recent Doomer party over at Sandy's. I was compelled to attend in your stead. Thank you. If not for myself, you're welcome. Well, thank you, Mr. Alistair. That is so cool. Meanwhile, in order to earn my MBA from the State University of New York, I was required to write a 20-page thesis. And I chose the topic of sustainability and macro effects of topics brewing in the Doomosphere on the capital region of New York, that region surrounding Albany. It is currently upwards of 35 to 40 pages, including 4 pages of references. Man, you know, I gotta have like some of the smartest people watch Vegematic. It just says some of the smartest people watch some of the stupidest things, right? But it's great, and I love all of you. Dedicated with great honor. Wow, wait a second. Okay, let me see. It's currently upwards of 35 to 40 pages, including 4 pages of references. I thought you might like to know in advance of its publication that the page directly following the title page reads as follows. Dedicated with great honor to Vegematic. Well, I don't think he used Vegematic. He used my real name. My Polish name, Chris Olszewski, Sam Hambone Littletail Mitchell, Sandy Shellis, Paul Beckworth, and Dr. Catherine Horton. The honor. I don't deserve to be with those other people. Except for Hambone, I deserve to be with him. It's sort of like I figure that one day, if there's like a hell, and Hambone and I will be sitting in the same room arguing, but you gotta love Hambone. You gotta love him and his little dog too. And his little dog too.